Okay. ASMR. Typewriter ASMR.
Ding.
Perfect.
Welcome to our first ever long video. First ever podcast
Long
video, whatever you're watching this
Yeah.
on. So we're gonna talk about our favorite tales.
Mm-hmm. I forgot our intro. Right, do it again.
Yeah, it's our first one, so
Okay.
it's fine. Okay, we're gonna talk about our favorite tales
In tandem. Woo! Claps.
Okay, so we are going to be talking about my recent read, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross.
Yeah, I read it about almost a year ago, back in June.
Yeah,
End
you're
of
a
June.
little. We needed to do some refreshers.
Yeah.
I finished it like a week ago, so it's very top of mind.
Yeah.
For me. So this is from Rebecca Ross's. I think this is her most popular publication.
It definitely blew up on TikTok.
Yeah,
and it was very, very popular a while back.
But the duology, it's called Letters of Enchantment. We love duologies.
Yes,
I
we do.
have a love-hate with duologies because it's like
I feel
it's always nice to have like a 2-book read, but then I finish the second book and I'm like, I need 6 more.
I also have a problem with like I always feel like one's better than the other.
Yeah.
And I always get like or they bleed together and then I'm like, was there even 2 books?
Right,
it was just one really long book.
Because it just goes so much
Yeah.
faster. So we are going to start by introducing the book, give our little synopsis, talk about Rebecca, talk about the writing, a little bit of plot points to get anybody who hasn't read this excited to read the book, and then we'll go into spoilers.
Yeah, we'll go into spoilers
Yeah.
later in the video.
And
we'll let you know.
Okay, so I'm just going to read this because I don't want to get any of the titles wrong. But she has, like we were saying, Letters of Enchantment is the one that we read. It has Divine Rivals, which we're talking about today, and then Ruthless Vows, which we'll do a video on in the future, which we have both already read at this point.
We did.
So we're trying to like exit from our mind so that we don't get it confused with this one. But I loved her writing in this. So like, if anybody's read anything else from her and like has a recommendation on what order to pick things up in or whatever, like,
yeah, let us know because
let us know
because I love her writing in this.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've given anything else to read, like, let us know your thoughts. Obviously, don't
if
spoil.
We should pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, she also has a new book coming out in September
of this year.
Yes, I was stalking her Instagram after, you finish a book.
As one does.
You finish a book, and then the first thing you go is go stalk the author's like
Instagram or Pinterest or all the above. All the above.
Okay, so it's called Wild Reverence. It's a standalone new adult, and it takes place in the same world as Divine Rivals.
Really?
Yes.
Same like time? You don't know.
I don't know if it's the same time. I think it could be after, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Oh my god, I didn't know she was coming out with that.
I know. So like, but it's a standalone. So I don't know if
new adult. I don't know.
I was like theorizing that maybe it could go back in time. Like maybe it's about like
a prequel or something.
A prequel, like the God's story or something. But it's definitely also a romance.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's coming out.
Okay,
September,
well that's gonna be our September read.
Picking that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was like our first Rebecca Ross read.
Yes.
And we were impressed. Like,
yeah, we were.
I like as a writer, there's like only like certain authors that I come across where I'm like, okay, she's the type of writer that you want to like emulate in your writing. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like when you read something, beautiful. You're like, I want to be able to write like this one day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those series. I had gifted it to you for Christmas.
Yes.
But I just saw it on Book Talk. I was like, oh, this could be good. Like, you're a writer. You love writing. Like, I feel like you'd like this. So I got us both the book to read together.
Yeah.
And then I ended up reading it before you. But I never thought it would be like, whoa, like this, like next level. I just thought, oh, another Book Talk book, like it'll be a fun read, but I was like blown away.
Yeah, and
shocked.
I was like, it was one of those reads that after you read it, I said this to you too.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, it makes you like question, like, this was on my shelf for so long. Like,
why hadn't I picked it up?
Exactly.
Why hadn't we done this?
Like, I'm like,
that
this
Christmas
changed my life so much sooner. Like, I
thought the same exact thing. And then I finished it before you, and I was like, so when is she gonna read this? Well, at first I was like, oh, I can't let her know I read this because I had gifted it to us to read at the same time. And then you were like, you read that, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I did.
I read it.
I did read it, and I think you need to read it.
Yeah. Okay, so the official synopsis of the story, just for anybody who has never heard of this, doesn't know what we're talking about, the story follows two rival writers. They work for the same newspaper company, the Oath Gazette, and they're competing for the columnist position. So it kind of puts them at odds with one another. Mm-hmm. Iris is the main character. She has a really bad home situation.
So her brother got sent to war and is kind of missing at the front lines, and her mom has kind of like spiraled because of it. So she has a drinking problem. She doesn't really take care of the house. She doesn't take care of Iris. She doesn't work. So Iris is kind of doing this, the writing and all that to make money to help her.
And then so she kind of deals with all of that by writing letters to her brother Forrest, and she uses her nan's like magical typewriter that she's convinced whenever she puts the letter underneath the door of her wardrobe, it's getting sent to him.
Yeah, because it disappears. Yeah.
Lo and behold, they're going
elsewhere. Okay.
Roman is getting all of the letters. It's in the synopsis.
Okay. I know. I'm like, spoiler alert. It's Roman.
Her rival's getting all of the letters. It's revealed pretty early.
It is.
But it actually says it in the synopsis.
Okay.
So I don't consider that a spoiler.
Okay, it's not. Keep going.
Is it though?
No.
Okay. So yeah, Iris and Roman don't like each other at work. They're fighting for the same position. But Roman knows that Iris is sending him these letters. He thinks that she's like playing like a trick on him or something until he starts reading them and realizing that like she's
writing to her brother. They're very
intimate, yeah. Mind you, during all of this, there's this centuries-old war happening. It has been brewing for like, I don't know, hundreds of years. Between Dacre, I think it's
Dacre
and Enva, who are kind of like Hades and Persephone. Like their story is
they're two gods.
Yes. Yeah. And Iris and Roman, they find themselves just like caught up within it, having to decide what the war means for them.
And, and they're also writers and at where she works, they want to cover, like she wants to cover it, but they're kind of like trying to hide it, hide what's going on. So there's a lot of like revealing the truth.
Yes. And meanwhile, Iris is writing to this person, having this correspondence, and she doesn't know who it is. So she's like in her struggles of like, oh, like me and Roman, we have this banter, but then me and my little
pen pal
I'm
also have
to,
banter,
open up to him and finding myself to love him. Whatever. Oh.
What was that?
Anyways, so we talked about this a little bit, the characters, and just how like I kept saying like they're so human. Even though there is this war between gods, there's no like chosen one trope, specifically with our protagonist Iris. Like she, and I wrote this down, I said like small actions like have big reactions because she, decides to work at the newspaper company and then she decides to leave and then
there's like a reaction of her actions and that lead to this bigger
human. Like anybody could do this. It felt like tangible.
Yeah, it wasn't because she has a magical typewriter that she needs to be doing what she's doing, and it's her call to,
fix
the end
of
and
the world
whatever. Yeah,
like it just felt like you're reading like two people on a page doing their best to like make the right decisions and fight for what's right. Even like, I guess this isn't really a spoiler, but like Iris at one point, she's helping out with the war and they're taking care of the injured soldiers, and she's writing their family letters and giving them, you know, a place to stay with this other group of people that she found to live with. And it's like, you see how small, like how like a war can be such a big thing and like have all these little reactions, and that's what she's on, this like baseline level of like,
she's very small, but she's doing what she can. Yeah, and she's doing these big, which might seem like little small acts, like sending a letter, but to the people at war, that's huge for them.
Yeah.
So it's like these little, like, you feel like a tiny little fish in the big pond, but like you have, you know, you're part of that ecosystem. Like, she is involved, and it's like important that she's there.
And I like much preferred reading it on like that level than like,
agreed,
I'm head of this army and
I'm leading my kingdom to victory, you know, like writing in my grand entrance. I'm like, some parts of that don't feel real, like in my life.
They're still fun, they're great, enjoyable, to read about,
and amazing. Like, yes,
there's nothing wrong with that. This was just such like a breath of fresh air.
It was very refreshing.
So like, the story was so unique. Like, I was like, I've never read anything like this.
Right. Well, you mentioned too the idea that it was a fantasy, but we were following like the effects of this fantasy war.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned before, you were like, if this was like a epic fantasy, we would be following Enva and Dacre and their story of how it all happened.
Like your typical like fantasy story. Yeah, it would have been like the Hades Persephone, and instead it like zeroed in on these two human characters who want nothing more than to like find peace and live happily ever after, and there's just so many
and it like takes you through
in the way. Okay, I guess this.
Oops, Arctic Fighter. Oh no! What if I lift it 1, 2, 3? All right, perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Ding. All right, we're back.
Oh, I also was gonna say, it's not really, I don't really consider this enemies to lovers. I know the book is literally like called Divine Rivals, but like, Roman was obsessed with her since the beginning. Like, let's get this cleared up.
Let's straighten things up here. I mean, yes, it was like rivals, but obviously he was her rival. Yeah. She wanted that position. She likes writing. Yeah. Whatever. He didn't. Want it. No. He was kind of forced into the, you need to be a writer. You need to want this. Yeah. He wanted to do, what did he want to do? Like poetry or just writing?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to be like an author.
Like just a writer. He didn't really want, this, you know, the big thing. So them going at each other, I feel like they had different reasons for it.
And for me, it wasn't even so much that like I liked that they weren't rivals in a sense of like, oh, I'm gonna be like mean to you, like I'm gonna banter with you and I'm just gonna be mean and like guarded because I don't want to love you. Like, I felt like their reasons were justified. Like, they both went through like heavy losses in their life. Yeah. You know, there was the war and everything going on, so they didn't want to like open up and be vulnerable.
Right. Like, there wasn't any, it was valid. All of their feelings towards each other were valid.
Frustrated, which sometimes, like, I guess you could say, like, enemies to lovers, and just like, oh my god,
just be lovers already. Just like, come on, there's no reason you need to be acting like this.
Like, you're just being a diva.
You're being a diva. Like, calm down.
Yeah. Whereas this, I was like,
no,
I get it.
I get it. And even the moments where, like, they weren't being divas in quotes. Like the part, like there was a part, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but like she does help him write an article at one point when they were still at the Gazette. Like she like sat down, like 50 pages, so she was like, okay, let's have lunch. Like, I will help you out because I am that person.
I'll buy you a
sandwich. You know, great. And she helps him. Like, there's no, like, this isn't a diva off. Okay, right. The two are just trying to get by with what they have, and they just happen to be like rivals in quotes with each other, and that's how I see it.
I agree,
and I think that's why I think it's enjoyable.
Oh my god, no! Did you see that thing where it was like when the mysterious guy, like, you know, gives her all these dresses and she still goes down to dinner in her like frock? And...
I did see that. the dang dress on.
Sometimes.
Oh my god, stop being
Not in this book.
Not in this book, no. I also loved the parts, like the themes of magic in it.
Yes.
I liked the idea of like,
yes!
Magic!
Finally.
Damn it, our typewriter! Alright. I like the idea that yes, there was this war between two gods. Yeah. But again, very real, very human, and you got these little tidbits of whimsical magic.
Oh my god,
throughout the beginning of it, like she goes to this grocery store and all the things that she can afford came to the front. Or like
I'd be mortified.
I'd be mortified, but it was like these little tidbits of like Roman's house knew when he needed cookies or whatever it was.
Right, and I like that it was just like accepted. Like it was like, oh, it's probably built on like an old like magic line,
ley line,
yeah,
like, something like that.
Everybody's just like whatever. Like I think the one bakery too, it was like the tea's always hot.
Yes, something like that. The tea was always piping. Always That's where we went all the time.
If we were in this book, we
would be there constantly with the piping hot tea.
Right. We'd be like, did you see that Iris and Roman had lunch together today?
We would be the writers of our own story of them. Right?
You lost me.
I lost myself. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. We have to talk about the war.
Yes. I think this was one of my favorite parts.
I think so too. Just because it was so like, for a duology too, let's give credit, because for a duology to have such like a war central plot line to then like, carry that through the two books and do it so well. Yeah. While not like losing it or rushing it, I felt like was very impressive.
Yeah. There was like a lot of information that goes into it, but it was done very, very, very well. And I loved the idea of like the war and like the history of it, because as an ex-history girl, I loved like it really reflected like not modern day, but like it reflects World War I. Right, I feel like most. So you get that like kind of like history of the magic aspect, but you get the realness of the war.
It's almost like a little bit historical fiction, even though it's in like a separate world and like whatever. Oh, the war elements. So one of my favorite things was like do you remember the sirens? Mm-hmm. I loved that. Like when they were, wait, is this spoilers?
This is kind of spoilers. We'll save that for the spoiler section. We'll just say that the aspects of war that she wrote about that you see through our main character's eyes is done very, very, very well. Right. Yeah. Like it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm there. Right. It makes you think, oh my gosh, this has happened. Like it reminded me of World War I. I thought, wow, people have gone through this.
Yes.
Like it was very realistic, even in a fantasy quote book.
All right, well with that, I think then we should go into the
spoiler section.
Because I can't bite my tongue anymore.
No, I can't either. I feel like we already have spoiled a lot, but that's okay.
All right, so this is officially spoiler section. So if you haven't read the book, you can come back and watch this later, because this is probably where like the good stuff's gonna be. We can actually be specific.
Can we first talk about, because we were just on it, the war aspects?
Yes. So, what do you want to say?
Hi, Little Bear. I just want to, for everyone listening, there's a dog right here.
And that's who,
that's who Little Bear is. I just want to say the entire scene of Little Bear.
It's like scratching you.
I know. The entire scene of when they are in the trenches, when she has to go out. Okay, this is a spoiler section. Oh, we're taking a pause. Right. And we're back. And here he goes. And we're pausing again. And he's breaking everything. And he's walking behind me. He just wants to sit behind me because he loves me so much. Okay. Basically, she's war correspondent now. She's out at Avalon Bluff with Marisol, Addie, and now Roman. And she goes to the trenches with Roman. I absolutely loved that whole breakdown. Yeah. It was so well written. Just like how awful the trenches were, how on edge everyone is. like when the bombs came, not bombs, what was it, grenade something,
Oh,
when
yeah,
when they
yeah.
were attacking, it just felt so chaotic. It felt, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like you were in that moment and it was so well done.
And I
I
loved
felt
how
every emotion.
like Iris and Roman were totally like, we're just war
Yeah.
correspondents. We're in over our heads. Like this is not our fight.
Yeah.
And even though like they tried to go back and help people, it was so just like, if you were just an ordinary person thrown into this, you would react like that too.
Yeah.
Like,
and to think about that, all those people at war were just ordinary people that were thrown into the war.
right.
And then they are, you know, Roman and Iris are like, we don't know what we're doing. And they're like, well, you know, we're here not really knowing what we're doing either. We don't know what's going on. It's just, that's how it is. Like, just the confusion, the anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading that, like, anxious.
Yeah, totally.
And I think it was done so well.
As soon as we got into Avalon Bluff, I was like, here's this town that's like, they have their infirmary. They have all these people who are literally putting their lives on the line, staying back, holding their ground. It was just another like moving aspect. And then every time that they had to like close all the blinds and like blow out all the candles, and they didn't have electricity for a while, it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. You felt the difference between her being an oath and her being there. Like, you felt like there was a cut right down the story of like the entire atmosphere of the story like shifted.
Yes.
It was like, we're not now safely behind our walls of the city. Like, we are now out in the trenches, like in the city, like, and the whole then rest of the story is very like, you feel that.
Right. Yeah.
And you feel it through the sirens and the ominous, like, Iris doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what these, you know, wyverns are, and then what are the other ones? The ethereals and
I
the demons.
Yeah.
The demon
we'll
dogs.
Just say, like, the flying,
the dragons and the dogs.
The dragon dog flying.
She
things.
doesn't know, which means we as readers don't know.
Right.
So we also have that feeling of what is going on. Like, I didn't know this was happening. Like, no one's writing about this. Like, this is
God,
war.
that whole thing too. Like, the propaganda aspect of it. Like, we're not going to publish this, and we need to write for this side and like filter through things. That was my first like suspicion. I was like, oh, they're not going to stay at the Oath Gazette. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, because
this guy seems fishy, and he
doesn't want to write about what's going on.
Right.
Agreed. Which is also another like, I loved the idea of like finding things out.
Yes.
We're here to write about
and the power
of
words.
War.
Like, the minute that they would write an article, the immediate change that it would have on like the surrounding cities and like people back in Oath.
Like their whole goal was to get people to like, her whole goal was to get people to fight for the war and want to fight on their own accord, not the Emba's calling or whatever that was. Like, and that's the power. Like, that's another theme I liked, the power of her writing and her words and convincing people, and you know, what's that word? Not propaganda. Persuasion. The persuasion of words and how things are presented in a way.
Right. We need to talk about the Roman and Iris
reuniting.
Meet up in the field. I felt myself doing this throughout the book. Anytime I was like, oh, like, it's starting to like draw a little bit.
Slow down a little bit.
I need a letter thing. Or like, I need
something.
Yes, I need like action or them writing to one another. And I kid you not, it was like a page before I was like, I really want Roman to check in.
I want him to show up. Where is he? Where he at?
Sirens go off. Anxiety up. Like, I'm like, feel like I'm there. I'm like, oh my god.
I gotta.
Here we go. What's the procedure? And boom.
There he is.
Strutting across the field.
The diva himself. Roman.
Oh my god. And just the way that like they collided with one another. And then she knew that they had to stay still. So she like lays on top of him. And
and it's still at this moment where she doesn't know that.
Right. She doesn't know that that's Carver.
I
say Carver.
Yeah. She doesn't know that's the correspondent. He knows, obviously. Right. But in her mind, she is kind of on top of him, being like, "Oh my God, Roman's here. I've missed him.
Yes.
Yay!"
And the first
And then
thing
she's
she said was like, "He's so stupid walking in through this field, but also I want to kiss him." Like,
I'm so glad he's here. And then in the back of her mind, she's like, "Oh, but what about my pen pal boyfriend?" Like, she's like, "Dang, I got 2 boys like on my mind." And little does she know, they're the same.
Totally.
Yeah. So she is like, I kind of like that aspect too of like, she kind of is falling in love with the thought of someone.
Yes.
Like their inner thoughts, like Roman's deepest thoughts, like how he really feels. And then she's also kind of in love with like how he presents himself as well.
Yeah.
She like loves,
like, can't deny the like
of him.
growing attraction and their banter. And then there's like this like soft hidden side of him that she gets to the letters that like
she doesn't realize it's him.
Yeah, but she doesn't realize it's him.
Which, speaking of the letters, thoughts on us getting Roman's POV and knowing it's him.
I liked it.
I liked it too. I'm glad you agree with that.
And I saw somebody else possibly say this, that she maybe wasn't initially going to include that.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see anything.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me check. For Isabel Ibanez, who read this book as I wrote it, who convinced me to add Roman's POV, and who occasionally lets me get away with things. I'm talking about chapter 34.
It's the chapter where she realizes it's him. And she goes to him and she's like, "You lied to me." And he's like, "What do you, it's me."
He doesn't have a Boston accent.
I don't know
what you're talking about.
It's me.
I just took a bomb for you.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I was like us at freaking St. Patty's Day when I broke into the accent. When someone said you had the orange shirt on, I said, "I don't act right."
So I wore orange on St. Patrick's Day.
The only person who wore orange.
Like, I didn't think it was going to be a hot take. It's half of the colors in the flag. Like,
it's 1/3 of the flag.
Anyway,
okay? And
she
she said, "Oh my God, I'm the only one in orange. Everyone's looking at me. It looks horrible. I don't know what to say." And I'm hyping her up.
I don't want attention. Like,
I'm like, "No, girl, you look good. I'm the green to your orange, and then we have white. Like, we are the flag. It's great." And someone randomly came up to her and said, "What's the orange about?" I said, "What are you talking about? It's the flag." And I don't know where it came from. It just came out, and I was like, "Well, I gotta stick with it." And
oh my God, that was so
I don't know why
funny.
I jumped into that, but anyways, Roman Kavakit. Okay, so Roman, that's when she was like, "Oh my God, it's Roman."
Right. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because this is the chapter. I think this is the chapter that we would have found out that it was him. We would have found out like along with Iris. We wouldn't have known the whole
we wouldn't
time.
have known.
Which, looking at where this is in the book, I would have been like, I don't know. I would have been like mad that I didn't know.
You know no, I feel like at that point I would have put 2 and 2 together.
True.
And it would have been like a meh. I already knew.
Right.
Knowing it was him early on was more like, I liked the irony of it. Like, she would say something and then it like flashes to him. Like, I liked the back and forth. You got to see how he reacted to the letters. You got to see how she reacted to the letters. Yeah. I very much enjoyed the idea of knowing.
Me too.
It was him all along.
Right.
I love that not only did they love each other,
yes,
they loved each other's writing.
Oh my God. And he was her biggest fan.
Yes.
Like, literally, how can you not?
The letters were just so like beautiful. Yeah. Every single one of them, I was like, wow. Yeah, like, they are just such.
Anytime I saw like a chapter with a letter in it, I was like,
oh,
so
yes.
excited.
I was like, ooh, I wonder what he said.
Yeah.
But those, I think also, and part of me was, this is going to sound stupid, but I was like, wow, Iris and Roman are such great writers. And I'm like, wait, Rebecca Ross
wrote the great writer.
These letters. Right.
I literally thought the same thing. I was like, you know, if you're going to write a story about 2 writers who are like literally writing things that change the course of history,
right,
you need to be good. And they were good.
They were very, very good.
She had the skill to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, we can kind of go back to the beginning and talk about Iris's mom dying.
Yeah.
Were you like
shocked? I was shocked.
Oh my gosh, I was just not. I wasn't expecting that. I think because Forrest was gone.
Yeah.
And because of the state that her mother was in, I feel like, well, I guess Iris probably wouldn't have left her mother.
No.
Had she would have there.
Yeah, it was needed.
Like, looking back, it makes sense. Like,
it was
necessary. Like, what forced her out the door and kind of just throw her life behind her.
But I didn't see it coming.
Yes.
Because part of me would have believed if just in the end she would have.
Yeah.
No, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And her mom.
And I think it also kind of confirmed. It also kind of confirmed for me that Forrest was still alive somehow.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way that this book's gonna end and she loses her mother and her brother, and it's just her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I think that they're gonna have that reunion, and then she's gonna be like, "This is everything that I had been dealing with, like while you were gone." Just like a reality check or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she goes to the front line. Want to talk about Marisol. Love Marisol. And Addie, of course.
And Addie, yes. Yeah. I feel like we saw a lot more of Marisol in this book, though.
I think so. I think
like,
we get more
Addie
Marisol.
Was definitely there, but like you could see her.
Addie becomes more important in the next book,
right? Like you could see her development into being like a bigger character, but Marisol was kind of like, as soon as she was on the page, it was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be, like mother.
Like she is. Yeah,
she's mother.
She's mom.
Yeah, and it's so cute. Like,
no, I loved her. I absolutely loved her. I loved the idea that she also had someone at war.
Yes.
And was like, don't tell any, like, they can't know because I want to house you girls, but like, I don't want people thinking like I have someone on the front lines as well.
Can we talk about my theory?
Oh, yeah.
What
theory? Oh, yeah.
Right. And I want to know if anybody else had this thought. I thought that Marisol was Enva.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
I don't, just because as soon as we were introduced to Marisol, we kind of knew that like Enva couldn't really go to the front lines of the war because Dacre would have been like recognized her, and that she ran away from his love at one point because it was forced. I don't know if they said that she like loved somebody else. She might not have, but like I was like, maybe this is somebody who's hiding in plain sight. And I was like, who could that be? Maybe it's Marisol, who's like literally, can't go to the front lines because Keegan probably won't let her.
Right.
Because she's there.
Right.
But is like stuck at home doing anything she can to help out in the war. And she just had this like mysteriousness about her at first. She also was in the garden a lot. Like she seemed very connected to like life and nature, and she was healing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I didn't put two and two together. Well, I didn't think it was her just because, well, one, Enva was kind of more like musical. Like healing was him.
True.
But I don't know. I kind of get why you would think that. Yeah. And I like that take. But in my mind, Enva was always just like, she can't. Like, I always thought that she was like still asleep.
Yeah.
And that she could only call people to the war. Like, she couldn't actually physically manifest.
No, and I think what other thing that confirmed my suspicion was like, Keegan was very, is that how you say her name?
Yeah, Keegan. Yeah.
She was very protective over Marisol and was like, you're not coming to the front, almost like a, woman coming between her wife and her ex-lover.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, it was, I don't know. Obviously that was not the vibe. But
right, but I like the idea that,
and I don't even think I would have liked it if that was the case, because I love that Marisol's just like,
how long did you think that, like the whole book?
No, definitely not the whole book. But it came across my mind more than once. And I think because I had it in the back of my mind, and then anything I saw, I was like, oh, this could be why. Or like, this could explain it.
No,
but I never did.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you this. Do you think, like, the wedding and, like, even, like, Iris forgiving Roman happened, like, fast at all?
No.
I don't know.
Yes. No.
And,
yes.
Yeah.
But they're, like, was supposed, like, yes, because they're at war. Like, that was meant to be done quickly, like, to show of, like, we don't know if there's a tomorrow.
Yes.
Like,
exactly.
We're gonna marry. We're in love. We know we're in love. We're going to marry. There's no question about it. And I think that's also why I liked the idea that she fell in love with both Roman and Carver, because Carver was kind of like Roman's inner
like
personality, the two sides of him, and she saw all of him. So like there was no doubt in her mind that like.
Do you think that she like forgave him too fast?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Like,
not at all, because like
we said this throughout the whole thing too, but like to me, so many things were justified because there was no promise of tomorrow. Yeah, like she forgave him. Yeah, she got married. Like he proposed, and then they were married, and it was like, but all for good reason. You get to the end of the book, and it's like. Nothing's like Roman was pretty much dead. You know what I mean? Like if one thing would have changed, it would have all been worth it. Like they didn't waste any of their time, and I really liked that.
I liked that too. I think if she would have taken her time to forgive him, oh my god, I can't believe he's been hiding this for me the whole time. I would have said, Diva, calm yourself. I would have said, Diva,
put on that dress.
Put the dress on and get married. That's what I would have said. Because
totally.
You're being unrealistic. Oh my god.
And I loved how the whole house, I'm just going to say the whole house, because it was like Keegan, Marisol, and Addie. They all came together and were like, still like surprised. Like Roman still was able to surprise her almost. Yeah. Because she had said yes to the proposal, but she wasn't expecting like anything other than that. And they like, you know,
it was basically like, oh, you should.
Stinky.
You got the typewriter. Oh my gosh, Stinky. Go shower, girl. You're so stinky.
It's like, and she's like, we're literally going to battle tomorrow. Why would I want? Why do I need a shower? Yeah.
And they're like, stinky.
And she was like, I was like, Roman, did you shower? And he was like.
He's like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, I did. You smell.
Get in the shower. Oh, but I don't know. And then Marisol giving her like her old rings to use as wedding bands. Again, it's just like this like theme of like war and like, you know, they didn't have like time or anything.
No, they weren't promised anything. Yeah.
Or buy rings, and it made it like so much sweeter.
Yeah, it felt sweeter. It felt realer. It felt just very like, this is what they were meant. Like this is like the calm before the storm. Like this was like a beautiful little thing that like, and then, you know, their little win that they got in before. the little win that they got before everything went to shit.
Yeah. And their wedding night.
Crap. Like, edit that out. I don't swear. Edit that out.
And then the wedding night, they get like this. Wasn't there a siren or something? They had to cut all the lights.
Yes.
So they're in the dark. And that was like, again, it was like they finally had their moment to be with one another, but they couldn't see anything. And it was like, you know, like it was like there was still something else to like hold on to, look forward to.
Yeah.
In the books.
And that whole just like the wedding and everything after was just really beautifully written.
Yeah.
I remember just being like,
oh, when she had him read to her.
Yeah.
That was so sweet.
Yeah. Because then it kind of like solidified like they are the same person.
So, unfortunately, this brings us to the end of the book, which was literally like a punch to the gut.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like, it felt like somebody had like stabbed me.
Yeah.
It was...
Whoa. Yeah, she didn't like it either. Preach, girl. Preach.
What do you have to say?
Oh, now silent. Were you silent or were you silenced?
She's on Daker's side.
Typical. Okay, ending.
So it all starts. They wake up that morning and don't they find like things in the house kind of amiss?
Yes, they do.
She finds like a footprint on
one of the papers
because they're writing that morning. They're writing something about the war. And I remember they left the window open and like their papers scattered. And then they left the house and came back and they noticed there was like muddy footprints. Mm-hmm. And Roman was missing his extra uniform, his pack. Oh,
yeah.
And two of the packs that they
were gone.
Yes.
Wait, before we move on, did you think of anything of things missing? I thought, okay, this might be important, but also I just thought nothing of it.
Daker's army. I was like, oh no, they're moving in like silently.
Oh, you know, like I didn't think of that.
Somebody's like coming,
spying.
Yes, like a spy.
Someone's in.
Like Dacre sent like a spy ahead to like check out.
Yeah.
You know where people were. They just happened to
what
pick
everyone
that
is
house.
doing. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
No, I didn't think of that. I just thought, stop eating the baby's breath.
Oh yeah, that's like poisonous.
It's on him or her.
Come here, little flower.
I didn't think anything of it. I thought more like someone just came in, they're scared, they're fleeing, they brought the packs.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't think anything of it.
So then they're helping the wounded outside the infirmary.
Yeah.
I just remember that Roman goes over and Iris is helping somebody.
Yeah.
Roman goes over to help her help, and then she sees that somebody else also needs help.
Yeah.
So then they're separated, and they
that's all I remember is that they're separated.
That they were going to stay together.
Yeah, and then the bomb dropped.
But
and then once
not a bomb, it's gas.
It's gas. It's gas, guys.
She just
spoiler alert! Oh my god.
And it's from
what's her face?
Little ex-fiance, I guess you could say.
That girl from the beginning that he was supposed to marry.
And the evil scientist.
Did not think anything of, like, truly, I was like, oh, he's gonna marry this girl. She's just an evil scientist, like her and her dad.
Yeah.
They showed the bombs. Boom, out of my mind. Didn't care. I was like, not important. Like, I was like, it's important, but in my mind, I was like, they're just bombs.
Right.
And then when it dropped and it was like, no, that's gas, it all just like,
oh my
clicked.
God. And can we just talk about like the fact that Roman's family has like ties to Dacre and like the bad side of the war, and they craft these bombs and had no idea that it literally got their son killed.
That their son
like,
is
not
out
that
there.
He died, but like would have.
That's an effect of you.
Yes. Like
Dad.
When that happened, and like I guess more like just the repercussions of him initially getting hit with that gas, I was like, this is all your fault.
Yep. You are the reason. You are the reason.
Again, how like the story of war, like every little action has
a reaction. Yep. Exactly.
Like if Roman's family never got tied into this, and
there could have been exactly. There could have been so many different paths.
Right.
And it all just like converged right at the end.
And that's where the writing is just like, because all these pieces start to fall into place.
All the pieces fell into place, and I didn't even know, like, didn't even realize it. It wasn't like an obvious, which is another thing I liked. It wasn't an obvious, like, oh, this is definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
I truly was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, literally from the wedding night until the end of the book, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I'm so stressed, like anxiety, like I don't know. Like, it was just very like, and obviously that's how you're supposed to feel.
Right.
But it was just very like, whoa.
So then they're separated.
Yeah.
There's people coming in with gas masks on who I, like, from the get knew. I was like, these have to be Dacre's people. They're coming in to, like, finish them off or whatever. But I guess they weren't, really.
Oh, I do not remember. All I remember is her getting dragged by...
She gets dragged away by a person with a mask on, who she assumes is Roman.
Yeah.
He somehow found, or, like, was given this mask, and he put it on, because you can't see, like... You can't see his hair, his, like, uniform's on that looks like him.
It looks like him, yeah.
And the one tell that happened was that he wasn't without a limp.
Limping, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was also disoriented. She had inhaled gas.
She had handled,
Yeah, so she put the mask on and she was like, oh my God,
and
it's Roman.
And the minute that she realized it was not him. Oh my God. I mean, I appreciate, like, I like how everybody's talking about, like, Roman was crawling to her and, like, it was this desperate reach for one another. Like, can we also talk about how Iris was literally, like, well, it turned out to be her brother. That
right,
was
Forrest. Yeah.
Forrest was holding her back, but she was literally, like, it said she, like, clawed his hands and, like, was kicking away. Like,
yeah, she was like, that's my husband.
Yes. Oh my
That's
God.
my husband. There he is.
Like, just
Go get him.
Image of them both, like, just reaching for each other. It just, that's just
and that's another
stab to the heart.
Exactly. And that's another thing too of, like, the realness and the human of it. Like, there was no magical, like, we gotta go save him and I gotta use my magical powers to get him. Like, she truly was, like, helpless in every single way. Like, she was being dragged by her brother.
With the revelation that not only is her brother alive, but, like,
he's dragging her away from her husband.
She is taking her away from her husband, and like she's probably just, like, relieved and, like,
she's probably confused because I was confused because I didn't put two and two together.
And I hated Forrest.
Yeah, I did too.
Like,
at first.
Yeah.
Like, this is before book 2, obviously.
Right.
I just was like, you're kidding,
like,
right?
I was like, the way that he's not listening to her. He's refusing to go back. Even though she did convince him to go back at one point and they don't find anything. And it's like too late. I was just like, how dare you disrupt Iris's life by leaving for the war. Yep. And then come back and pull her away from everything that she built for herself.
Yep. She literally found her family to lose her found family. Bars. Quote that. Bars. No, it's so like, frustrating.
And then he wouldn't even open up to her about like what happened, why he was there, how first. He was there. Which is just crazy. Yeah. Which for us, like, you know, his story is sad as well.
Yeah,
like,
you get the explanation, reasons, but I think you get a little bit at the end of the book too of like how they like
deserted after and Dacre found him,
heals them and like uses that against them, and then you realize that Roman was taken.
It's such a cool parallel to like Enva calling her army through music and Dacre forming his army from healing the wounded and like making them submissive to like it's just like it's like this like gods that are just humans are like these little playthings
like them, little puppets, you know, like they're like the puppeteers and they're just like using whoever to like get what they want.
Right. So book 1 ends with they make it back to Oath. They make it back to the apartment, and that's when she finds the last letter that Roman wrote to her.
Right before she went off to be a correspondent.
Yes.
Roman had wrote her a letter explaining.
And she saw it. It slid under the door. She saw it, and she was like, I need to do this for myself. Yeah. I know that whatever's in that letter is going to convince me to stay. And so she ignored it. And that was, like, so powerful. Because the whole time I was like, what could that letter possibly say? Like, and then just the very simple, like, it's me. Like, it's Kit.
Yeah. Oh. I also like how he sent her that and then kept the facade up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to reveal himself, and then he was like, you know what? Like, it's my chance to, like, you know, not tell her.
Right. It literally says, Iris, it's me.
It's me, Kit. Yeah.
I also loved, like, that, like, Kit and Winnow were, like, their nicknames for one another. And anytime that Roman called her Iris, it was, like, serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it ends with Dacre. Well, the epilogue is Dacre, like, finding Roman and sending him to get healed or
whatever
we find out.
Which, too, I think I mentioned this earlier, you kind of get that Dacre POV and you're like, okay, the magic is here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the god is here. Like, here he is. Everything. Yeah. So that's why I liked the idea of, like, the little magical tidbits and the dragons and the dogs were out. And, like, you got the house and this and that. Because it gets... This isn't really a spoiler, but just talking into book 2. It gets even more magical. In fact, it gets very magical kind of in book 2. And I like how it kind of, like, leads up to everything. Okay, so it's not a spoiler because it's in this synopsis. But he doesn't have his memories.
Yeah.
Because of what happens at the end of book 1. And I am not a fan of losing memory trope.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
But we will get to that in the second. And that's not to say I didn't like it, but just saying. Just putting that out there.
What would you rate this book?
Oh. 10? Like a 10?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've never reviewed books before. Whatever.
I give everything a 5 star.
I give everything a 10 star. Okay? If I liked it, if I enjoyed it.
It's 5 stars. On, like, Goodreads?
On Goodreads. I mean, yes, but, like, I need a scale of 10.
Okay, well, here we do
out of 10. Yeah, here we do a scale of 10. I give it a 10.
I agree. This was, like,
for people to be like, oh, I give it a 8.76. Like,
give it a 10.
Did you not love it, enjoy it, and think it was really good? 10. Exactly. That's all I need. If there was a moment where I was like, man, I didn't like that part, you get a 9. And if it really sucked, you get a 5. And if I didn't finish it, you also get a 5. I'll never go below the 50.
Get a 5.
You still get a 5.
No failing grades here.
No, exactly.
All right.
I'll give everyone a chance.
Anything else to say before we get into book 2 later?
Your review?
Oh, I give it a
10. Okay, 10. 10s.
We need to get those, like, Dancing with the Stars paddles.
10. Carrie Ann Inaba. 10.
All right.
Book 2.
Book 2.
Ruthless
Next
Vows. Next time. What should we say about it at first to preview the next review of it? Just like where it starts off. Roman doesn't have his memories.
Iris is back in Oath.
Yep.
Working for the Ink Tribune. Is that?
Yeah.
Tribune.
The Tribune.
She's working for the same
the
new newspaper company, and
she's worried about him. Where he at?
Yeah.
Where are their typewriters?
You'll find out.
Okay.
I remember, but
I don't remember, even though I read both of them.
Out.
But we'll.
It's a good thing that we can talk about next time because I love that whole thing.
Okay, then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Anything else to say before we go? Music?
Music?
That one TikTok you were talking about?
Yes. We've been seeing everywhere the Hosier cover.
Of Crawling Back to You.
Crawling Back to You. And how it's like such a perfect fit for... Specifically, I give it to book 1 because...
Yeah. The ending.
Right. Obviously.
Also, we were listening in the car before I came over. Hosier, Wasteland Baby.
Yeah.
I think that one was a good one, too.
I love to, like, when we read something, like, put an artist or an album to it. Or, look up, like, a playlist. And this whole thing was, like, it gave me Lumineers and Hosier vibes. Mm-hmm. Like, there were so many songs that were just, like, playing in my head whenever I was reading.
Yeah. Also, when I looked on some Spotify, too, I saw a couple, like, Taylor Swift songs. Yeah. Not that I know the songs, but I feel like her vibe, definitely. The newer.
Especially, like, the whole, like, writer,
Yeah. You know. Yeah, definitely. Aspect of it all.
All right. One more shot of the typewriter?
Yeah, get a little ASMR.
That's not a pretty sound.
Forever.
Behind the scenes.
Perfect.